So what's going on, guys? My name is Violent. Welcome to IWZombies. Today we got ourselves an actual DLC 4 trailer we can talk about, and guess what? September 12th is the day we'll all get our hands on this. We were right. We did predict this happening right after the Call of Duty World War II beta. So if you enjoy anything that you hear today when we cover this DLC 4 information, be sure to drop a like on this video. And also, if you're new, be sure to subscribe and let me know in the comment section if you're new. And if you want to keep talking zombies, be sure to follow me over on Twitter at IWZviolent. It's the best place to find me, and we can keep talking zombies after the video. Based off my first impressions, I gotta say this does look very, very intense compared to the other maps. There's definitely a darker vibe coming into this, and the rest of the maps seem a lot more silly compared to the tone that they're putting out in Beast from Beyond. This is clearly an Extinction reference, but how deep down the rabbit hole does this actually go? Well, as we go down this rabbit hole, we'll see that there's a lot of green highlights going down, but a cryptid appears and jumps out at our female character here of Sally. Now, what do we think of this? And what does this imply? Well, it implies a lot from the Extinction mode that we knew in Call of Duty Ghosts. These are what the cryptids look like, and they should play out the same coming into DLC 4. But the release date promotional art does tell a different story. It appears that we have an entirely big boss, squid-like character. We've seen this before, actually, in Mayday. If you guys remember that DLC from Extinction, at the very end, we had to face an entirely huge boss, and it took the entire team to take this sucker down. So is that the Beast from Beyond? Is that what we're going to be experiencing? Let me know down in the comments below what you guys are thinking on that. There's this beautiful scene where we're looking out a window, and it almost appears that we're in a train cart going around the map somehow. Where is this located? Are we on a train cart? No, we're actually on a moon base. That's right. Look at the planetary systems that we're taking a look at. That is not Earth. As many planets might have moons, multiple moons, a lot of planets don't glow a red-orange like we're seeing here in the image. What we're seeing, I believe, is Jupiter. Now, you can tell me what planet you think this is. I'm going to stick with Jupiter now until someone can tell me different. But we're on a moon of Jupiter, okay? We're not on the planet Jupiter. This all takes place on a moon. So this is an actual moon base that is happening. So we got an Infinite Warfare version of Moon. Of course, we're telling a different story here of narrative of a psychotic film director that can't let go. And it seems that a lot of people have been stuck in this magical realm that he's placed these people in. He's sort of like a wizard, guy behind the curtain. I don't know if he's scared, man, but if you're scared, go to church. We see a spacesuits in the distance. This is something big that I wanted to point out because this validates the point as well that we are in space. We knew that from the ending cutscene in DLC 3 anyway, but you can actually see the suit sitting here. But does this mean that we'll actually be wearing a space helmet the entire time? We can take it on and off? I don't think so, because there's an actual clip of one of our characters, which was Sally at the very end, and she was not wearing a helmet. So I don't think we'll actually be wearing a helmet. You can see in the image right here of all four of our characters, we're not wearing space helmets. So we are indoors. Can the windows be compromised? I'm not sure. But if one thing is for sure, it's a new loading screen that's going to be coming regarding the super Easter egg. This message of the day was sent out with a hashtag of Got Soul Keys by Lee Ross on August 24th. Now on September 6th, which happened recently, he will, if he doesn't announce this by Friday, he says you guys can riot. So sometime this week we should be seeing that message of the day, and I will have you guys updated on this channel, so be sure to subscribe. Neil is looking ornery. Last time we saw this clown, just kidding, he's a robot, was in Zombies in Spaceland. And this guy, we could upgrade him to a full version and he would help us. But even at the time in Zombies in Spaceland, Neil was used as a tool. He's artificial intelligence, and it would appear that he's going to be within the space station calling some of the shots. It doesn't look like he's going to fly out of the map and collect something for us this time around. The FTL rig in multiplayer has a specialist weapon called the Eraser, which is an energy-based weapon that evaporates its enemies. That's the best description that's out there, and it appears that this is going to be a DLC 4 weapon, if you will, and I think this is going to be some sort of charged meter based weapon. I don't think this is going to be regarding your Fate and Fortune cards, but whether it be a D-pad activation, I'm not sure, grenade activation, I don't know, you know. It's really hard to tell what this could be or what kind of slot this would be used in, but I like it. I like the idea of it, you know. But I do have plot questions. There are questions that I feel need to be answered, and I'm really hoping that DLC 4 brings it together in a way that I can get some clarity. Looking at the actual poster that was revealed by Call of Duty over on Twitter, we can gauge that we're going to be fighting this monster, plain and simple. On every single one of the posters that we've seen some sort of hint towards the boss zombie, and that this time around seems to be the Mayday boss, because they look exactly alike. I personally believe that that is the beast coming from beyond, but there is another part of this Easter egg that we have to take into consideration. You hear people talking about getting second chances, those comeback kids, if you will. Sometimes in life you get a chance to do things again, and this time around you've learned a thing or two. And this time around, you've learned a thing or two. It's what we do in those moments that can define us. Is this talking about the Afterlife arcade? Do we have to die? Because in Attack of the Radioactive Thing, at some point in the Easter egg where you pick up Elvira's book, the picture changes here to 4 characters with skulls on them. Why is that? All the emojis that we're looking at in this tweet have one similar to the map theme, but we have 4 skulls on DLC 4. And to me, this means that dying is very essential, and what we know of is our characters could die one in the storyline, or we could use the feature called Afterlife Arcade to continue and learn from our mistakes after we've learned a thing or two, and come back and do something by dying. I feel like this was the piece of the puzzle that we needed, because we didn't have enough information at the time to make a proper assumption as to what he meant by learning a thing or two if you get a second chance. You know, I was really confused at what that meant, but now I think it's referring to the Afterlife arcade, and I think that that's going to play a huge role in the main quest, the main Easter egg of DLC 4. You know, in Black Ops 3, we always had the huge question of control. Who's in control of these zombies? We do know that in a Willard Wyler film, Willard Wyler is of course the man pulling all the strings within the film, the zombies included. So where is it going with this? You know, what is the ultimate goal? It can't be just to kill these characters. Is our characters in their true form? That is a really good question as well. That's one that I like to pose to each and every one of you. Look at this trailer over and over again. And is this the true form of our characters? We did see our characters at the very beginning, and they had a certain look to them, and it was cartoonish, but looking at the newer image that we're seeing in the trailer, it would appear that our characters have a real life look to them as well. But is this just the look that's within the map itself? I'm very confused at that point, and I think that's just because we haven't had enough storyline told to us throughout this entire season pass. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Do you think that there is some sort of happy ending here? Because I do think that we might have to die in the Afterlife arcade. Is that going to tack on a death? Do I have to tack on one death to beat this Easter egg? Are you serious? Are you serious right now? Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below, and I'll catch you in the next video. Violent out.